There's a level of satisfaction of starting with a raw material and ending with a finished product that's done by hand that's kind of indescribable. There's just some satisfaction and some appreciation in knowing that I can take this flat piece of material or goods and turn it into a three-dimensional product. My name is David DeMart. I am the owner and craftsman here at David Lane Design. I've been working with leather for the past 15 years, but professionally or as a business since 2008. I've been at the Hungerford since 2010, so about 10 years. It's a wonderful space. It's a great old building, and it really provides us with more than we need in terms of a studio, but in a great historic building downtown, and just a nice space to work. I got into leatherworking essentially, as weird as this is going to sound. I had bought a watch, an ill-advised purchase, and I had spent kind of all my money on it, and I wanted extra watch straps for it, so I knew my grandfather was a cobbler, and I wanted to pick his brain, and I borrowed some of his tools. I bought a couple pieces of leather, some needles, some thread, a few awls, and before I knew it, I was just kind of making very terrible, but making watch straps and starting to use and wear them, and just kind of develop the skills from there. Yeah, my grandfather's influence was right at the beginning, and his kind of advice, he was kind of a funny guy. The highest compliment you could get from him was not bad. And if you got a not bad, that meant you did pretty exceptional work. I knew working with my hands was going to be something I would do no matter what medium it was going to be. I needed to work with my hands. It's just something that kind of makes sense to me. We have great customers, though. I can't thank customers enough. They are very patient, understanding. They almost always say, hey, don't worry about it, take your time, just do it right. And I think that's kind of the sort of legs behind my product anyways, that I'm not in it to do it fast. I'm in it to do it right. And as long as people are willing to wait for it to be done right, they're going to be infinitely more happy than if I were to rush through and make, mistakes or send out product that's not up to my standards, which I like to think are very, very high. We have a pretty extensive list of customers in terms of all over the world, literally all over the world. I've sent product almost everywhere. Brazil, Argentina. I mean, we've really sent stuff all over the world. Yeah, we were published in a number of local magazines, local news feeds, and Esquire magazine back in 2017 did a watch strap article. I had met their head fashion writer through another event I was doing for Esquire magazine at a store in New York, and I was there kind of stamping leather for customers. I think going full-time or making this a full-time business is always sort of in the back of my mind. It's not necessarily my first and foremost goal with it. Like I said, I started this literally just as a hobby for my own personal collection, and it's grown into something much more, which is wonderful. And if it became a full-time job, if that's what ended up happening, absolutely, I would embrace that.